Hey everyone, Craig Williams here, back with another video. In this video I'm going to show you how to make a Julio Bashmore inspired sort of bass. I think most of those guys are just sort of using an 808 that's pitched up and whatnot, but if you don't feel like using 808 samples or stuff like that, this is sort of a bass that you can use, and it allows for a lot of tweaking, so you can get sort of more sounds if you want sort of more raspy. But enough of me talking, I'll show you the bass and then we can get into it. So I've just turned up the bass a little bit more because it's so subby. I just want you guys to be able to hear it at home. So that's the sound there, and I've just made it in silence and then just added on some inbuilt plugins. So come along to here, and let's open up a Sylenth. Initialize a preset to start with. So that's our sound there. First up, I want to get, so you can hear it straight away, it's starting to get, it's nice and subby straight up. What I want to do is come along to the amp section, and I'm going to get a nice little bite to it, and then you want a nice release on there as well. Pull this down so it turns into mono, and these are just sort of rough places for the different settings and stuff like that. When I made it before, it was just like a lot of tiny little tweaks to get the sound right, but this will get you definitely in the ballpark for you guys. Next up, you want to put a low pass filter on it, and then I've got this set around the 9 o'clock position, a little bit of resonance, and drive up a little bit. So you guys probably can't hear that, but you can see you got a little bit of energy there. We'll open up the cutoff a little bit, and we'll add a little bit more resonance and a little bit of warm drive, and put up the key tracking a little bit. So you can kind of hear that now but there's not much sort of bite to the track, sorry, bite to the actual sound. So what I'm going to do is add a pitch with a modulation envelope, and this is the one that sort of takes you a little bit. You just want a tiny little bit of like a positive value there, and then just bring this up. So you can start to hear it there, getting a nice little sort of attack on the sound. Next up, want to do the cutoff. And I've got these set around about 230 position. And if you hold down shift as you move it, you can go up in small increments as opposed to not holding it where it sort of just jumps. You can control it a little bit more. So that's about it for there. And then what you can do also is add a Sawtooth. And I pulled this one down an octave and then just played around with these until I'll leave it up for now, but cut off B. See, it adds a little bit of the raspiness, and then want just to sort of add a little bit of weight. So if I that's what it's playing there, and if we, you might not be able to hear that at home, but if we so it's starting to get there. Next up, I just added a EQ. We'll let you see what's going on. And I just rolled off the bottom sort of around there just to get rid of that real subby sort of energy. Come along here and just add around about the sort of 140, 150, just to add a little bit more weight to it. And next up, I added a compressor. And for this, just a ratio of 2 to 1. Pulled to around 110, and then I wanted to leave a little bit of attack so the actual, we're not compressing that initial hit of the sound. And then I only wanted to compress around 2 dB, just over 2 dB gain reduction there. And then to tighten it up and make it sit a little bit better with the kick, good old gold side chain setting. Nothing too crazy there. You can also, so it doesn't sort of get that initial attack. If we there's the sound. That's the other thing. So the sound is quite low, so you can just pull up the volume a little bit. You got to go back in. Just tweak those settings again. And that's all good. So there you go, there's the sound. Hopefully you guys got something out of it and you can use it in your own productions. Stay tuned, I'm doing, currently in the works, I've been working on recording me making a track from start to finish, and then obviously me explaining what I'm doing as I'm going through. So hopefully you guys like that. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and head over to my Facebook page and give it a like if you haven't already, and you'll get a free remix album from me with a bunch of remixes from like the likes of Daft Punk and Calvin Harris and stuff like that. And also don't forget to head over to my SoundCloud and see what new music I got coming out. If you've got any questions, feel free to leave a comment. Until next time, see you later.